Welcome back to that game I never stopped complaining about, but also won't stop playing. I've got breadsticks. I've also got hiccups because I said breadsticks.
There have been many poorly written applications lately. I guess I'll just have to reject them all.
Hey, secret. You can tell how little I actually listen to, the audio when I'm playing this in my off time. I don't even know these characters' idle quotes or anything anymore. What is Al Haytham's equivalent of osmanthus wine? I don't even know. Hey, Fusion. How you doing? All right, so we're doing something a little bit different today. Don't do it. The second Dust comes in, I'm on this speed. Like, don't do it. Yeah, as I've been talking about at length the last couple of weeks, as the drip feeding of Deyha has happened. Yeah, I don't think we're doing it. Yeah, like there's just she's not good. She's not good, and I think the nail in the coffin on top of 50 other nail in the coffins was her trial. Why is her trial bad? Her trial, even her trial, this character is so bad, they gave her Bennett. Now, for those who don't know, I've talked about this before, but these trials are always terrible because they just don't give you a good sampling of what these characters can actually do with proper team building. And it's because they have a special criteria for these trials, where the only characters they'll give you, besides the feature one, is freebies. So they'll give you Barbara, they'll give you Kaya, Amber, Kale now, the Cheesa thing, Xiangling, and Noel. Noel's a stretch, because, like, she's not technically free. You have to actually pull on the beginner banner, and there are some people who just never do that, because they think it's a scam compared to the standard banner or whatever. But she is considered a freebie. They gave her Bennett. Bennett is not a freebie. There has been no way to get a free Bennett in this game. He is Gacha only. She's so bad that they knew how bad she would look if they didn't give her something to boost up her damage. I don't even... What did they put on her? I don't even know. Tenacity. That makes sense. She's got HP scaling. Just not good. Maybe they invented a way to give a free Bennett. Maybe. Maybe the next event... We're getting another Mondstadt event, I'm pretty sure. Maybe that Mondstadt event will give us a free Bennett. But yeah. Yeah, I cannot stress enough that she is a cripplingly bad character. Laugh at her pain, laugh at my pain for liking her. Very, very frustrating.
Wait. Huh?
Not even my breadsticks can heal me. That event is literally the 3rd of this month. Oh, okay, so it's soon. Okay. Cool. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. So even though I just said she's worthless and you probably shouldn't roll for her, we're gonna play a fun game in order to make sure I actually pay attention to what's going on and just have some fun. Here's what I think we're gonna do. So the new update introduced a new mechanic where you get extra pink fates just for playing through the game. So like every Archon quest you complete, you also get a free wish, and that does the backlog counts. So I got 20 extra wishes. So I'm feeling a little generous. So here's what we're gonna do. You didn't complete Deyha's quest? Okay, that's unfortunate because that's the one we're gonna do first. Hi, Neo. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna do Deyha's quest first. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep count in our heads. And I'm not gonna put anything up on screen or anything, but we're gonna count in our heads.
To cultivate intelligence. All those scholars
Stop! drinking game. It's not actually a drinking game, but thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. How you doing? Love spending an all-nighter group project with your programs crashing every 10 seconds. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm officially background noise. Happy to do it. I hope you enjoy the sound of me probably losing my mind with what I'm about to do. Okay. We're gonna keep track of points. We're gonna have 2 categories of points. 1 set of points for every time an NPC talks, and 1 set of points for every time Deyha talks. This is per text box, not per paragraph, not per sentence, anything like that. Pure text box I have to hit X through to advance through. Every one of those is a point. Okay? If Deyha has more dialogue, then we'll toss 1 10-pull at her banner. No more, no less. If the NPCs have more dialogue, fuck it. Up its ass with broken glass. Sound good? Sound fair? And do not make this into an actual drinking game. Why are we losing our minds so far? No reason. Just preemptive cautions. Do not actually make this a drinking game because I would fear for your lives. The joke is this game has... The joke is, 1, I'm still upset that Deyha's so not good. And 2, this game has a very, very bad habit lately of NPCs being more prominent characters in the character quest than the actual featured characters. So we're gonna put it to the test and see if Deyha's is a good apple or a bad apple. I do not condone making this into an actual drinking game. I would strongly advise against it. That's your disclaimer, so you can't sue me.
Wait. Huh? No.
But alright, that's what we're gonna try to do. Of course, it's like neck deep in the city.
Whatever.
Gotta predict this quest might take less than 2 hours at most. Okay. Alright, 1 second, actually. I know I said I wasn't gonna keep track on screen, but I need, I should do, something, just to make sure that I know. Alright, I won't keep track on screen, but I will have my handy-dandy notebook off to the side. Alright. We have Deyha versus NPCs. I may adjust the criteria for the NPC category, because if there's, like, just a shit ton of them, for some reason, they only have, like, 1 text box apiece, that's still gonna add up fast, and I won't count it. I will change rules if it's something like that, or if it's primarily about, like, 1 NPC that's just completely stealing his spotlight, like that one bitch from Nilu's quest. I may adjust the criteria for the NPC category. But that is how we're starting. Alright. How do I get here? This area is a friggin' maze! I don't want to... I do, in fact, not want to hear the amazing tale of Radish Farmer number 57. I've had more than enough. He fall asleep before Mystery Dungeon. You want to name your baby Spinnerack? All sub. I'm sorry. You'll get there. I haven't caught a Spinnerack yet anyway, so I wouldn't be able to do it, unfortunately. On that note, Paimon and Lumine do not count as NPCs.
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere.
If there's another playable character, that also will not count. You know what I mean when I say NPCs. I don't necessarily mean characters who aren't the feature. I don't mean characters who aren't the feature character. I mean characters who don't have any budget.
We can still add it to the list.
Lumine technically talks. It's just very few and far between. She talked a lot during the Archon quest. With all the Nahida stuff.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Good start.
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Good start.
Hello there. Oh, it's been quite a while.
Huh. So you two are still hanging out together.
Immediately tied.
Yeah. Didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard. Not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends. The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Deyha to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago.
This is gonna be harder than I thought, but I'm committed. I'm committed to this bit.
My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Deyha wasn't around.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
If somebody else in honor of Stu wants to keep track of every time Paimon says something, be my guest. But I'm already keeping track of 2. That's enough for me.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Deyha. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes! Paimon can't believe you can still refuse that!
But wait, didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave?
Played a Pokemon ROM hack was essentially designed to be a roguelike. Stop using that word. I'll make you eat your parents, you keep using that word! I'm happy for you though, Fusion. I hope you're having fun.
There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
I almost don't want to count that, but I did say text boxes.
Oh, looks like Junior's was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
I already lost count. No, I didn't.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya? All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around
Deyha
looking
is
for
in the lead
jobs to earn
currently.
some Mora.
It was back and forth for a while there, but current score is 16-13. Also, one second, before I keep going, I changed my mind. I am going to put it up on screen. Just because, I think it'll be easier for me to type it if I do it this way. And also, it's funner for other people to be able to see for themselves. In real time. It'll also be a good safety net. In case I fuck up at any point. NPC, I know you can't see anything yet. Give me 1 second. I'm working on it. You screwed yourself, Fusion. I'm so sorry. Rip. One. You're in a position where you have to go down the wrong path. Oof. Okay, alright. Of course I can. Can't make my life easy, can you, OBS? Okay, I'll add some text later, if there's a good point for it. But for now, Deyha on the left, NPCs on the right. I'm putting way too much effort into this. This was a terrible idea. I'm sorry, but whatever. Whatever it takes to make this less tedious. All right.
My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of Mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's Relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Almar.
Yep, you got it.
I was trying to be a smartass.
Paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's
Like, yeah,
banner.
King Deshret's zealots don't worship King Deshret.
Tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al-Akmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dakan al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
She fucking died!
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
I'm sorry, Deyha. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person. He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale. They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play. Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords.
Help is a Persona newbie. Do you know that if you register personas in the development room for them to count to the compendium, or do they automatically get added? They're automatically added after you recruit them. If you recruit one for the first time in a dungeon, it automatically gets added. You don't have to worry about going back first and getting it in there and then saving or whatever. It's just automatic.
It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish, but that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them.
Yeah, if you get them and then they learn skills, then that won't count. So, like, if you recruit one and then it levels up once and gets a new skill, it won't have that. You would have to go and register it to, like, actually maintain any levels it picked up since then. It's just that the initial recruitment counts as a registration.
No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings.
Relatable.
The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady.
It's okay that we did doobies.
I had a huge argument.
We never
with
did
my
them in front of
father
you,
and
so it's
left
fine.
My place behind for good. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
She's pulling ahead a lot. I'm genuinely shocked. I'm waiting to see if we're actually gonna meet her dad and even that out real fast.
Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
I'll just go with her.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help.
Count
I'll wait
on
for
me.
news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
Hello, ninja. Why? I said I was playing Genshin, not Pokemon. Why is Charizard here? Good question. She's here to help us with a fun drinking game. That's not actually a drinking game. Do not drink. 1 second. Actually, I'm not gonna need to. I'm gonna be in cutscenes more often than not. I'm just gonna put an outline along the numbers to make them more legible with the UI, but eh. Drink water. You can drink water. I'll condone it as a water drinking game. Or iced tea. Anything that is not alcoholic, make a drinking game.
Hey, Deyha, you're back. Are these two friends of yours?
It's really not a pleasure to meet you. I trust her with my life. You know, so long as she's in a party with other competent people.
Oh, so you've already become like one of us then? Well, that's good to know. Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me.
Yo, I'm drinking OJ too, sub.
Been up to lately.
Good choice.
They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets. They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. But it sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
Oil? Don't drink oil either.
Terrible.
Bad for you.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so
Naughty.
desperate for Mora. A few days ago, a shaman and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange. Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora,
Oh man, this
probably
guy's
more
catching up
accurate to
fast.
say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Watch out, Deyha.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
Have the option to revive the Pokemon. I'm gonna revive your Tentacruel because of toxic spikes. Oh no! AI doesn't have hazard removal. Outstanding.
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Haroon, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew after all.
What he said. Besides, Deyha, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experiences.
Oh my god, is it a
Yeah.
new NPC?
And while they went to talk
Oh,
with
it's
the
2
Khan
new
al-Ahmar,
NPCs! Oh man,
I took
it's
a
my
look at the
birthday!
last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left.
Oh, they're
in the
gonna catch
camp.
up in no time.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
We
Yes,
rushed over
you're
as soon as
here
we saw you
too?
come into Caravan Rebot. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from her. Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
And somewhere out there, Stu
Oh.
is crying and doesn't
In that
know
case,
why.
Then you'd better take care of her too, Deyha.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here.
And she's done
And if
nothing
she
in every
had
single
only
one of them.
survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Oh, one other thing, Deyha. when you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows. The awkward silence and weird
Do scarecrows
expressions left
typically have
quite the
open mouths?
impression on 'em. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious?
It's your fault for
Why have I
sexually
never heard
harassing
about
in the
this?
workplace, man.
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna tell me?
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Man, these guys are so endearing.
Are they always like this?
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight.
Nice.
But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it. That's also why I never
Are they
spare their
supposed to be like
feelings when I
comically
talk to
chasing
them.
each other around in
If
the
I wanna
background?
laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis. Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holof? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dekhan al-Akhmar's looted goods. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Deyha.
All right. How do you have a comedic chase sequence going on in the background without like friggin' Benny Hill music playing or something? Come on. Come on. You had one job.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time. It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of them.
Would I believe you if you said you found a fan animation from 2 months ago of Deyha and Yelan stealing a car? Yes, I would. That sounds pretty poggers. I appreciate that they had the sound effect. I think they would get along.
Ah, here they come. You ready?
That'd actually be a fun... I actually kind of want that interaction to happen at some point now. Those two could be interesting together. You lost to an Umbreon? Oof.
Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly.
Could be worse. You could have lost to 3 Mankeys who spam confusion. Or swagger. Oh, man. I've got her. Time to show her off, boys.
Right here. Emerge. Right now. Let me scry.
Oh man, look! Look at how far away those enemies are. You can do that. That's
Right
neat.
here. Right now. Right here.
Oh, is that okay? Everything in the background being on fire is pretty funny. Seem dejected. I'm just sad she's not better, man. Like, I cannot stress how much I love her character and design-wise. It's just a goddamn shame.
You're the Flame Main.
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dakana Lakmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or eyes? You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
If she threatened to do that to Paimon, I would scrap the drinking game and toss 20 poles at her. There will be people who still try her out out of spite. Oh yeah, no. Again, for the record, she's not, like, unusable. Like, you could, like, with proper... Like, she works with Mona. She's the first character in a while who can actually pair pretty well with Mona. Like, she's functional. It's just that if you have literally any other option, you should probably just do that instead.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the trouble.
Did he just take a side eye tablet?
Are you crazy?
Yo, murder! Yeah!
He tried to bite off his own tongue. Search the area for any first aid supplies.
Oh, that's way less funny. Wondering if he'll get her an artifact set. Apparently, there's another new artifact set coming out next patch that might be a little better on her. So we'll see. And then Fontaine. That's the one thing I keep saying is that, hey, the biggest issue with her is that, like, you can't even get good reactions out of her because she can't proc Yeilong and Xingqiu's abilities to get some good vape damage going. Everyone keeps saying, but maybe she'll work with the Hydro Archon. If the Hydro Archon makes her good, then hey, great, grand, wonderful. I hope it does. But then again, I'll be screwed by then if I don't get her. She's gonna be the new Jean. She's gonna be the new Jean, and I'm already terrified.
I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
Fucking loser.
Why would he be so extreme?
Yeah, the Hydron Archon will fix her not even being able to hit things, exactly. Judge Daddy. Yo, if she pairs with Judge Daddy, hell yeah.
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further.
Look, if he didn't bite
What
down
should
hard
we
enough
do?
to actually kill himself, then he didn't bite down that hard.
Yeah,
He'll be
don't
fine.
worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking. There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
I'm not. You made a Xinyan team out of spite? Yeah. Again, even Xinyan's usable. Right now, last time... There are people out there saying she's worse than Xinyan. I don't know. I'd have to check the math on that one. I don't know if I believe that. And I love Xinyan for the record, but, like, she's not great. But yeah, like I would love to get her anyway and build her and just use her in spite of any crippling flaw she may have. Because again, like this game's not that hard. Like you can beat it with whatever. It's just about having fun, and I do genuinely like the character a lot. But just MiHoYo is very stingy when it comes to this game in particular. There's a lot of cool-looking Fontaine characters around the corner that I totally have not seen. I don't... What? There wasn't any huge leak.
Names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a
I don't know
record of their
about no Judge
transactions.
Daddy.
Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well.
Who is Judge Daddy? You thought there was only one? Judge Daddy is the codename I have chosen for an upcoming Fontaine character. I dub him that because his role in the story is apparently like the equivalent of Anime France's Supreme Justice. Like, that's apparently his role. Judge because of that, and Daddy because he might look slightly familiar if you have played other games that MiHoYo has partaken in. Don't worry about it.
This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person.
You didn't hear it from me. I'm a ghost. I'm like the wind.
That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dakana Lakmar. Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
No.
They paid in
value?
hookers and blow. You'll be the judge of that. Anybody got a leak, Neo? You could probably find it. We know the guys, actually. I forget what it was. But if you just Google, like, Genshin Impact Fontaine leaks, then he'll probably be one of the first ones you see.
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered. Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all? Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shazamon Homayani?
Gesundheit.
You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it just be another family with the same last name?
That
is a thing that
To
happens.
find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shazamon Homayani is Dunyarzad's father and the head of the Homayani family. Just what the heck is going on here?
Calm down. Analyze the situation.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakana Lakmar.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakana Lakmar?
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shazamon as their person of contact?
You can see the daddy that something about him makes you think more of a VTuber. Well, because he's in Genshin. And a lot of Genshin designs are kind of yissified. But if you know the character he's based on, then trust me, he's daddy.
They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Rebot or Port Ormos.
Maybe it's been supply on the brigade's operation.
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
More war profiteering? God damn it, Gundam 00. Stop seeping into everything else right now.
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homayanis are in need of money.
I honestly have no idea. I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment cost for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past? But that's still just a speculation. I don't think the Master would stoop so low to make Mora. You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
But what should we do now? All we found is just another mystery.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this. I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homayanis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakan al-Akmar.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Deyha, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
I've considered that possibility. But even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust. She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
I ain't walking all that way. You know what would actually be great for the non-playable, no unique design NPC thing besides the 4 and 5 stars? Release actual 3-star NPCs that exist in the story and have dialogue and act as the Honkai elf supports. That could be funny. Just the equivalent of elves. I'd be okay with that. Could be cute. Yo, Madam Ping Elf! Oh, hell yeah.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then. Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Actually, we are still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here.
Opera guy elf, let's fucking go.
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all. Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
Only we could have crushed the Fin
Something
Moth.
is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet.
That's why you need to smash that like button, comment, and subscribe to get us a wider audience, so we can incite the masses to yell at MiHoYo to give us Opera Man Elf. Smash it! Terrible.
On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back!
Is this her inner monologue, or is she saying that? What?
So tell me, what happened?
It's also only been like 2 seconds, so.
Well?
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father?
No, I mean your favorite Doctor Who villain.
Okay, I understand. But don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can. My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them.
This is worse than that time they changed Tim Drake's dad into a drug lord for the Batman animated series. This is character defamation. I'm gonna protest.
Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
Hey, Bess.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Junior Zod?
Still sick. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's probably gonna last at least a week, knowing how that stuff usually goes. What was my comp for this rotation of the Abyss? I just used my ice team. I still can't quite figure out what I'm doing wrong with the triple air share team. I think they're supposed to be the best one for this. But I just went with HOHLE. HOHLE, Pardo, and Sushang.
Thank you for sharing all this information with me.
You forget what I did. Oh, yeah! Oh, Dusk, I remember exactly what they did. Because I just watched the Comic Pop episode of it. Fucking Ray Palmer's ex-wife is a stupid, crazy bitch who decides that the only way to get back with her ex-husband is to murder/scare other superheroes' loved ones so that they feel like they have to spend more time with each other. So she accidentally murders Ralph Dibny's wife, and then on top of that, accidentally sets up Tim Drake's dad to get murdered. She, once again, like, in both instances, allegedly just trying to scare them. But yeah, no, she fucking arranges a hit on Tim Drake's dad with Captain Boomerang, tips off Tim Drake's dad to say, like, hey, some guy's gonna come and kill you, use this to defend yourself. And instead it's too late and they both end up killing each other. Yeah, so Tim Drake loses his fucking dad purely because of some crazy bitch's stupidity. It's so fucking bad. Identity Crisis is, like, well-written and all that junk, but, like, it makes no goddamn sense from, like, any kind of actual logic standpoint. Like, it is contrived as hell.
Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while. In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so
Yo, Blanco.
that I wouldn't run away and get lost.
Actual 3-star NPCs data to an area would help bridge the gap between player and the actual world building. Yeah, no, I agree. You couldn't have just told Captain Boomerang not to kill him? I think there was some, like, minor thing where, like, Captain Boomerang was fucking pathetic and desperate at that point and, like, needed the job. But, like, yeah. She could have still paid him or whatever and just said, hey, just scare him, don't actually shoot him. Baby chicken didn't make it, Blanco? Aw, I'm sorry. God damn, that sucks. Ugh. Yeah, that's yeah, I robbed a bank because I lost my car keys. Like, dude.
However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the core of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Deyha?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards.
So if he was desperate for the job, she could have said, don't kill him, he needed the money. Yeah, no, like, I forget, like, the exact circumstances, but, like, that is the basic setup, and it's fucking terrible and stupid, it makes no goddamn sense. And it's just, and all the stuff about it that doesn't make sense is just kind of hand-waved by, like, oh, she's crazy! Like, she doesn't even go to fucking jail for the shit she did once they find out. She goes to Arkham. Like, shut the fuck up.
He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just
She doesn't even live in
signed on.
Gotham! Why the fuck would they send her to Arkham? She doesn't fucking live in Gotham City and Arkham's a sinkhole. It's fucking stupid.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Apparently, there are no other mental hospitals in the DC universe at that time.
Maybe the Core of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought.
I think mental health care just might be terrible / not exist, like not proper mental health care in the DC universe. Because between Arkham apparently being the only proper hospital for civilians, or at least criminally insane people, and the goddamn motherfucking whatever what's the thing in Heroes in Crisis? Is just called Sanctuary? I think it's just called Sanctuary. Like, oh, we don't, no, we're not gonna, we're okay, so we're gonna set up this rehabilitation / therapy clinic exclusively for superheroes, except there's not gonna actually be any people there to talk to you. There's gonna be AI robots, but they're programmed with, like, Wonder Woman's empathy and shit, so that's good enough, because Wonder Woman's well known for her empathy. That's why she snapped Maxwell Lord's neck. We're gonna have robots be the therapist, and all they're going to do is just tell you over and over again that, oh, don't be sad, Wally. Your family never existed. You're just crazy, Wally. Linda's not real. Just get over it, fam. We're smart robots. Why couldn't have been? It was like it was Superman was part of it. It was like an AI programmed with Batman's intelligence, Wonder Woman's empathy, and someone else's Superman something. I forget. It was bullshit. It was bullshit, and it did not end well.
I think I get what you're saying. You think none of this was a coincidence.
Thank you for that unnecessary zoom in.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense. If my father had always been in contact with Khan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Deyha into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get
Like
Deyha
it wasn't even a dramatic sentence, right?
No. That's
just suddenly
too much
zoom.
of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
Looking that way.
Sorry we put all of this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same.
There actually is a Batman thing where a guy actually campaigns for just making a new mental hospital and getting rid of Arkham, but goes insane and everyone loses faith in it. Outstanding.
However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homayani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Deyha.
It's alright, Deyha. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was the thing about friendship again?
Heart of the cards.
Right, yeah, trust! You said that yourself, Deyha. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Usual place? Ah, right.
I don't know
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to her is her travel companion, Paimon.
Ah, yes, my daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person. But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
Just remember the smiley face we made with a Sharpie. Wait, what? What's a Sharpie? Don't worry, it's just a reference. That makes even less sense.
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
If it's about the sex shop receipt,
So
I bought it for a
that's what
friend.
you found. Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story.
Of course
And
it
to
is.
be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. What I do know, though, Deyha, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
That's something no one ever brings up when it comes to aliens. What would that be?
Wait, me?
I
Yes.
guarantee it's something I've brought
I
up.
understand perfectly why you came to see me.
I
And
know
I
everything
am
about
touched by your
aliens.
collective commitment to do the right thing.
I think about it way too much.
But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes, as they
Drinking
say,
game may be alive. This guy's gonna
ignorance
single-handedly
is
catch us
bliss.
back up. I can feel it.
Your father, Kusela, and I both believed that. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you. The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind. If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him.
Has your dad secretly been a cool guy who did all this to, like, help your career or some shit?
I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekhan al-Ahmar. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekhan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
Yeah.
He said that
You
he
were a
had
baby.
no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father. To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door. The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Deyha.
So he was the one who recommended Deyha to you.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life.
Whose character quest is this? It is Dia's. And to be fair, she is currently in the lead, and it is actually about her. Like, these guys are talking a lot, but at least it is all about stuff that relates to her. It's not about Dunyarzad's tragic backstory or whatever. Imagine there's a sapient alien species who actually want to meet our species for genuine positive reasons, meet us and still end up wanting to kill us because the way we work is inherently disgusting, or even threatening to them, like we frequently speak at. They could threaten each other. Or we could have a spell that disgust. It could be anything. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, like, it's a whole ass thing.
If Deyha could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
Don't jinx it. Knock on wood.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Deyha as my own daughter.
Yeah, jinxing is hard.
Also why I tried to
because
persuade
this guy
you to
is
stay
in fact
when you
doing his
asked for
damnedest to
permission
catch
leave.
up.
I was willing to spend however much it took. Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Deyha's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always send me funds anyway. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago. The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
Wait, isn't that around the time that Dekana Al-Akhbar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary.
Yeah,
I
no,
wanted
it's
to
just
meet
a whole
him face
thing.
to face to discuss
Just the,
things.
even just the idea
But by
that,
then,
you
he
know,
was no longer receptive to my requests to
any
talk.
race advanced enough
I had
to
guess,
travel
it's probably
the
because he
distances
doesn't
that they would
want
have to
put
travel to
Deyha
meet
at
up with us.
risk.
Any race intelligent enough to develop that technology would also be intelligent enough to recognize, hey, long term, there is no, like, actual benefit for us. Like, this would be to benefit them, and if they're ungrateful or try to turn their backs on us or backstab us or whatever, then just we lose. So just why even bother?
That thought occurred to me as well.
It's sad.
I figured that he probably came to
It's
me
incredibly
for
sad
help
to think
because
about.
he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I
But it
decided
is
to
what it
send
is.
him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm.
The
but
benefit is watching VTubers.
not simply reject his
I mean, if
plea
they're
for
advanced
help.
enough, they probably also
In the
have
end,
VTubers.
It probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about
I
myself.
told you this guy was going to catch
If
up.
you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Bruh.
Oh no. Deyha, please don't feel that way.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions.
I hate this because, like I said, I already genuinely like Deyha as a character, and a lot of this crap with her family is genuinely a little too relatable. Like, goddamn. I have absolutely had that moment. The I didn't ask to be made moment. Ugh. Oh, depression.
Another way? I don't know. I knew him, and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't understand what's going through his head. But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
Did your best to raise your BIS score. It was a 200-point gap to yourself. Losing any trophies, only managed to close the gap to 50. Dang.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30.
That would also sadly apply to us. Like, there's no way we'd react well to aliens coming to meet us that look as scary as xenomorphs. Oh yeah, no, definitely. We're xenophobic as shit. We treat people like garbage even though they look exactly the same as us just because their skin tone is different. Like, we're fucking pieces of shit.
He's responsible for supplying
Ain't
weapons
no way.
and liaising with the Dakan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
He'll at least stay in Agony 3, but pray next rotation he can beat up, yeah?
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this week's theme was definitely kind of weird.
I guess this is bye for now.
Or weather,
Unless-
rather.
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like...
Yeah, Pardo's
our
stupid.
only course of action
It
is
took
to
me a long
turn
time to
everything
realize
we
just
know
how
over to the
stupid
Corps of
Pardo
30
was.
And let them render
But
judgment.
Pardo is a stupid,
Yes.
busted-ass
I
character.
am prepared to accept whatever
I'm
verdict
shocked that they made a
choose.
unit that good,
It's time to face my mistakes.
an SP. Farmable. Whatever you want to call her. Eh. Got your blue and purple Fate's Secret. Nice. Yeah, I got mine already. I mean, you can't see it right now, but yeah. Yeah, I got mine. It's just that because of the Deyha situation now, I'm going to not use them until she gets added to the standard banner. Because I'm pretty darn close to pity. So, hey, maybe we'll get lucky.
Astrologers must rid
Maybe we'll get lucky and
themselves
can
of
avoid her
material
being a
desires.
gene.
Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.
There he is. Gonna get going, Beth. See you later.
Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps. Pretty bold, if you ask me.
I like how we apparently just sat down at the table before even asking. Again, I like Deyha. She's a bad bitch.
Shh. Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private. This place should do. All right. Back to my question. How did you all know about me?
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
So what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
Well,
Super poorly
I was
synced
a little
animation
tight on
right
money
there.
At the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick Mora.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dakan al-Akhmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operations. If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Oh.
Hey, why don't we
Wrong
discuss
one
this
there.
a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of more from my last run. You just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
All right, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later. They're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the last time I made my delivery to the desert.
Mew.
Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you, though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
All right, I get it. Why don't you go take a look, and if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for y'all.
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Oh. So far back, couldn't even see it.
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves. I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Deyha, why are you here?
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Let's get it on!
Jesus Christ. Her battle dialogue. They knew what they were doing.
Delves into destiny.
Damn. Oh, wait. Gotta know. Out! Am I? I don't know why I bother. I know the answer.
She's so strong.
Oh man, we got a lot of people here. I gotta take it off auto. Oh man. Alright, go nuts, boys.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far.
Got my finger on the trigger.
Bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore. Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Deyha, the boss can't come out and see you anymore. He died a long time ago.
Oh.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die? What happened to him?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
Noblesse is a bad thing.
So is that when you
9
guys
times
started
out of
acting
10
up?
when it's on demo characters in this game.
We would prefer to call it
It's a
taking
good set.
revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they
The
did.
people who program the trial characters are just idiots.
Let me start from the beginning. Deyha, do you know how the head of the Relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record. Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the record served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
Tsurugi. The only person Noblesse Oblige belongs on is your boy Tsurugi. Exactly.
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Deyha and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Deyha, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Bruh. Ha! Your dad loved you!
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle?
Jealous, I was gonna say. And just like that, my kinship with this character has ended. Your dad actually loves you, can't relate.
When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again.
Well, now that's
I
just depressing. Hey,
suggested that he
you brought
hand
it up.
the leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be
Jealous?
war.
Yes,
His words
incredibly.
made no sense to me.
My life is pain.
But that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing.
We're back
Those
to a
heartless jerks
die!
at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on,
They
the
catching
sole
up!
purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that Boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end. There were people from headquarters who changed their names.
It's still at
and went
least
into
actually
hiding.
about her.
Some fled to other
Exactly.
brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses.
Like,
as
it's
well.
unfortunate, but it is
To
very
keep
much
going,
still at least
we need
about
an
her.
enormous
So I'll
amount of
take it.
supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives. All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
It's almost like this isn't really about us and we don't really have a say in it, which is a good thing.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him.
You're telling me morality is fluid? Bullshit!
He really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end.
We have become the
sorry,
mask.
Deyha. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Deyha? You wanna go with them?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
Nah.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Revenge, the most worthless of causes.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
Yeah, I picked the wrong quest to do. I picked the wrong quest to do the drinking game. Because yes, NPCs are technically in the lead right now, but like this is actually genuinely pretty good. It is all the stuff that's being talked about by them is very much in service of Deyha as a character, which is how you're gonna do, which is how you should do it. If you do still need to have NPCs involved.
Scry the sky.
What, really? There it is. It's like, why would that be the highest one up? Good job! It took 4 years, but you finally did it! Oh, you're good, Neo. You're fine.
Is this the entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Should be. I don't think they have enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
That wound is the least of my problems. Alright. Can we do this? Probably. Probably get her as a trial again.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
I'm not giving away my shot! I'm not giving away
we'll
my
know what they're
shot.
really capable of once we've landed some hits on them. Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance with you here. I'll take the lead.
Biggest we'd have to worry about
I've
is a
been
fatal
here
one,
once
exactly.
before.
Oh boy, one-time domain, my favorite. You find the funny cowboy rangers are there too? Where are they at? Oh, it's a giant, like, thread of every ranger are the cowboy ranger. Oh, I see them. That's funny. Oh my god. Yeehaw! Yeah, as stupid as the concept of the cowboy rangers was, like, it does actually kind of add some interesting bits of lore.
Don't be scared. Ready, go.
Right now, emerge. Right here. Fate is upon you.
Just the idea that that Zordon and Alpha had made other rangers
Right now.
before the
Emerge.
5 we
Right
know.
here.
New punching bag. Stay put.
Right now, emerge. Right here.
I've not gotten to use her ult once. I'm trying. I'm trying very hard to be able to at least use her ult once. Have MiHoYo disabled Tighnari's stub yet? They announced that he is fired. He will be getting replaced, both for future events and old events. They are recasting him, they just haven't done it yet.
Written in the stars. You're dead
Alright.
meat.
Ah! He turns into Fuwa. That's so cool.
This way, follow me. We're almost
Why
there.
can't she be good? Why would you give her a thing that cool and then not let her use it? Also, I'm missing things. They said like 2 things there.
They went charging ahead without checking for any traps.
Hey, you guys okay?
Oh, you guys are dumbasses.
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
I like how that was apparently a
Well,
dramatic thing that happened
now
with
that
them getting
things have come
trapped
to
down there,
this,
but because there was no like
seems
sound
we'll have
effect or
to
anything,
fight
it's
our
just
way
like,
through.
oh, okay.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could still be another way through. Let's go! We can't let the boss down!
Let's check if there's another way. The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better.
It is rather stunning. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, for the record, that's no slight against MiHoYo. I will slight them for a lot of things, but going back and literally casting somebody new and then you know, redoing the coding or whatever to get the new dialogue in there, like that is a major undertaking. Like that is going to take a little bit of time. I give them props for even addressing it as soon as they did. Like at least they did go ahead and put up an announcement and say, hey, we know we're doing something about it. If it takes a while, it's unfortunate, but like it is what it is.
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go.
Didn't Nintendo replace Byleth in like a week? Something like that. But think about how little dialogue Byleth has. I need you to think about how much male Byleth says in the actual game compared to how much somebody like Tighnari has to say, even just in yeah, I think Tighnari probably has more dialogue in these files alone than male Byleth has in the entire game. The numbers up in the corners. Right side is how many times Deyha has talked. Left side is how many times an NPC has talked. If by the end of her story quest Deyha has more, we will do 1 10 pull on her banner. If the NPCs win, then she's dead, Jim. Hey, the NPCs are in the lead right now. I don't know what you're knowing me for. Also, don't mind me, one-time domains. Gotta be a little careful. Ah, okay.
Buckle up!
Buckle up, buckaroos!
Right now. Let me scribe.
Another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little.
Does it go anywhere? Oh, that was just for the sake of lowering that one.
Don't be scared.
Right here. Emerge. Right now. Delve into destiny. Look alive!
Stay put.
Flicker.
Oh. You go there?
Nothing lasts
Shit!
forever. Emerge. Right here.
No!
Ready?
My damage!
The process of elimination.
Let's get it on!
Well, I was gonna try to use her, but... Ow! Al, you're too good! Al! Embarrassing me. I'm trying to use the fake cackerel as much as possible while I still can. Optimization in Genshin, crazy. Crazy and largely unnecessary. I like these puzzles. I don't think, yeah, there weren't any like, I don't think I did any stuff in the new area when it got added, but yeah, for the record, this is a new puzzle type. Nothing like this was in the new desert section. I'd be down for more of those. Optimization in Honkai. Oh boy, howdy.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side. But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run? Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics.
Your voice is way too
Even
deep for
if
your
I
bottle.
could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin.
And constipation, judging by the sound of my voice. Man, your boy ate too much Olive Garden.
Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing.
And bad lip flaps.
The greatest should never live to remember their fall.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons! We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers.
This guy has the same energy as that one dude from House of the Dead. Ha ha ha. Dogs of the AMS. I am Goldman. Ha ha ha.
They are but two, while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory. Wave 1, charge! Eliminate them!
Guided by destiny. Let me scrub.
You asked for it.
I'll be back.
We're just getting started.
Right now, emerge.
Here you are.
A sight to behold. Right here, emerge.
King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
Fate is upon you. Delve into destiny.
We'll meet again.
Bruh. Come on.
Brothers! This is where we prove our faith.
You all just wanna die?
None of us plan to leave this place alive!
Dead meat.
Your sacrifice is ready.
Where do you think you're
Bruh.
Pound it to the ground!
The gold
again.
The
Can
commander's
barely
finally
see.
fallen.
Oh no.
But they're still coming at us!
the little floppy sound effects from Yao's bunnies in the back. Why is Yoshi the best TMS character? I didn't know Yoshi was in TMS. Whose Mirage was he?
This place is like a gladiator's ring.
Was it Tsubasa's? He was probably
Tsubasa.
Tsubasa's.
Yes, keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down! This is our last stand!
Oh my god, what is this meme? Oh, it's beautiful.
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
How many assholes we got in this ship?
Get out of my way!
Like 5 very slow ones. Oh no, these are our reinforcements, I think.
Come and face me, Michel! Ugh, so they've broken through the front as well.
Apologies, Lord Michal. They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming.
It's Mirage
for
was
more.
Dante. Oh, that's right, that's right. We gotta replay that, clearly.
So, it would seem like this is the end.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I would give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Hey, wait!
No, wait, stop, come back.
We were too late.
It's over. There's
What?
no more need to fight.
What is this presentation? Who is that? Who's fucking laying down dead in the Yamcha pose? What is happening?
But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
Bruh, is that her dad? Is that the implication? Your dad's dead. He's been dead for years. And by dead, I mean not dead. Oh, I wish this game had a replay.
Hey, Deyha! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
These animations with just the lack of sound or sound effects or music or anything, my god.
Let's go.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Boogie woogie woogie. Don't mind if I do. Oh. Hey, wait, what? Activate it from here, because otherwise... Okay. Well, what was the point of that? That's just silly.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always pestering us?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics, and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up.
They
on the other
are
side
not
instead.
members
How are we supposed to
of
figure
the
out what you're
Ashen Wolves.
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela?
Do not call them rats.
Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
Baka!
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth. If
And
you
then
need to
there's
find
Paul.
someone,
He's an
why don't
average
you look
guy.
through the records yourself?
Just an average
Who can
guy.
remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
Have you seen us? Like 90% of us look exactly the same. You really think I can tell the difference between us? I don't even know who I am.
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me.
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want. It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
I mean the old records room.
Lots of pointing.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down?
The Ito beetle fighting event I didn't do on screen also had pointing. Lots of pointing in this game lately. It's weird.
Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk. Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room.
Yo, her dad's Daredevil? Fucking playing up his injuries for sympathy or whatever? To throw people off? Yo!
He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud.
What a dick.
And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
I could skewer the numbers more by talking to these guys, but I won't. I assume maybe they'd have voice dialogue. Yo, dead bodies!
So, this was his final destination.
I love those
How did
movies.
he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Deyha.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Is this a cane? It must be the
Just
one
keep
that Deyha's
clobbering away
father
at the old
used.
behind.
Kusela.
Giggity.
Thanks for everything, boss.
Sally B.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh?
Oh man, budget. Turn these off for a second. I might use this as a thumbnail. Cane sword! Cane sword!
Thought so.
Wait, isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
Oh. Oh, that's much more heartbreaking.
The dragon is no more, for Princess Deyha has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all.
Look at the baby.
Deyha, come on, this is the most important line.
Bruh.
You can do it.
But Deyha, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech.
Dude, if you're not gonna have him be animated at all, you couldn't make him look a little more unique.
All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
Bruh. Your dad loved you. Your dad loved you.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
Mom had all the hot genes.
What's this?
Got you some snacks to make you feel better. All on Paimon's tab.
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
Who the fuck decided she could have an allowance? I ain't giving her no money. She can't be trusted. She's gonna be the final boss. Excuse me. Also, yeah, that still means it's my money, bitch. No.
Hey, this way you get something from the both of us for the price of one.
I hate you.
Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy. Dunyarzad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say. My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures.
I didn't know emotions
When
were
everything
located in the
came to an
chest.
end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if
Would
I had
Genshin go up
lost
2
the
points if
thing
it
that
permanently
was
killed
most
Paimon?
important to
Probably.
me.
All happened so fast.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others
I know the
all
heart,
used to
but
say
come on.
that they would quit if there was no Mora.
You
to
know
be
what I
had.
mean.
But when it came to avenging my father, there was no more.
Emotions are processed in the brain, you know?
My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories
Don't be
was
silly.
in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different? Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to
That's why women
such
have
lengths
boobs.
to
The
find out
emotions
the
are stored
truth.
there, and men have
I
no
nearly even
emotions.
shed tears for
Yo!
his sake.
Everything I've been taught is a lie, but it makes so much more sense this way.
We're hypocrites. All of us. Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
So it goes, man.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict. Huh? Deyha, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better.
I'm so sorry. That was unbecoming of me. I'm so sorry that you all had to see that. Yep. Good thing we didn't. I mean, it could be worse. If this had been a Nilou style quest, then it would have given the full budget animated cutscene to her crying instead of Deyha remembering her dad.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
But Deyha, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness.
No, I do not remember the explanation of why Power Girl has a boob window. I do remember why Jeff Johns tried to say she has a boob window. And it's fucking dumb. But if there's an actual explanation, I forgore. Again, Jeff Johns is like a good writer, but like he also is kind of a hack who doesn't give a shit. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. He's a weirdo.
But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
Which I guess is to be expected for somebody who's a Hal Jordan stan. Of course a Hal Jordan stan is a weirdo. Oh, it is the actual explanation. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the actual reason. Yeah, Jeff Johns tried to spin some yarn about how, like, she fucking feels like an outcast or whatever. And so because of that, she put the hole in her outfit because it's the hole where her heart should be or some fucking nonsense like that. Hey, Stu, you missed all the fun. You missed the drinking game. That's not actually a drinking game.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Oh God! Oh no!
Some kind of mercenary one that's not out for more.
Oh no! Oh, did you do that just to get us to the funny sex number? God damn it! And now it's Stu's turn to be a madman. Lots of that going around lately. Crazy Uncle Stu gifting 10 subs to Gawain 1010, Wolfell Wolf, Lori 116, Cherilax, Neo the Third, Tyra O's, Ecor Bow1, Vespid Endymion, Nerdy Sonic, and Fox McClude, but in leak speak. Thank you very, very much, Stu. Congrats on getting us to the funny sex number. And also only 31 subs away from me playing Fire Emblem Engage. If that's a thing people want to see happen. Howdy, stars. We got some nonsense going on right now. It's almost done. One more Dante. March is already profile. March is already going significantly better than January or February went. I will take that. Thank you very much, Stu. Yeah, Stu, just for the just to clarify, what we're doing is keeping track of how many times NPCs talk versus how many times the actual featured character talks in this character quest. It's been back and forth, but held up February. You did hold up. You did. That's true, Gamic. Yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, that bombshell. that did happen. Fair enough. Yeah, and then if Deyha actually somehow wins, then I'll do one whole 10 pull on her banner. But she's currently behind, so I don't think that's gonna happen, unless we have like a long ass one-on-one conversation with her before it wraps up.
Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
I will get some sip in just a minute, because this is almost done. Whew. So I ordered the GPU. Not yet. not quite yet, because one, I would like to try and get it for a better price. Like it was a lot cheaper. Not a lot cheaper, but like at least $50 cheaper. When it when I first made that the goal. And then even if it weren't, because a lot of that wasn't. Oh God, what's happening? There we go. Good God. Because a lot of it was in like gift subs and like stuff from Twitch. I need to at least like wait until the Twitch paycheck goes through for the month, so that I'll have a little more in my bank account.
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Update that sub goal, god damn it. Why is it taking so long to update? Sometimes it's instant, sometimes it's not. But hey. We all know it. We all know what that real number is.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Are you fake drunk?
Hey, aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue?
Oh no. Oh, that's way funnier.
Wait, are you here to take revenge on us?
What are you talking about?
Bruh.
I look like I could take you all to a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this.
Bruh.
Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence. But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions. Everything left in the camp would get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the court could get their hands on it.
Sononi art. Cute. Two NPCs who have some unique designs. A little bit. They tried to make Dunyarzad at least a little unique because she also played a heavy role in like the main quest at first. But
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
So this box contains everything that Dia's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like
it's just a
drinks
drawing
and
of
meat.
dick butt.
But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh, it kinda stinks.
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules.
You think
to possess
Dunyarzad is
books for
fine?
personal use.
She looks very boring to me.
If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Ah, and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? Why are these things here?
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
Nobody
sorry,
asked
my
you.
lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
Maybe? He seems like an interesting fellow.
Huh? There's something in the bottle.
Something in here has got to be wholesome and sweet.
Oh,
and actually
you're
show that he
right.
cared about you.
All right, I got
Because
it.
it's already clearly obvious that he did.
It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though.
Yeah, don't actually show
Let's
any of
hope
this.
The writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter. To Deyha. It's a letter for me?
You don't need to read it out loud.
It's all right.
Unless you
I'll
really
just
want me to
read it
pull
out.
for you, in which case
If
you've
he
got to
went
read
to
it
the
all out
trouble
so
of
you
writing
catch
a
up.
letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
This quest seems kind of boring. Well, this is the tail end of it, Stu. This one was actually really good. Like, I know the score doesn't necessarily reflect that right now. NPCs are currently in the lead on the right over there. But, like, this quest was actually unthinkably about the main character. Crazy, I know. Like, the NPCs talked a lot, but it was all in service of her.
My condition's becoming worse and worse.
Oh, never
Can't even
mind.
walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun.
Papa snatched it.
Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault.
Get fucked, Phoenix.
He was never up to any good.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? No! Oh god! Still, what are you doing? Get fucked, Phoenix! Oh my god! What are you doing? Crazy Uncle Stu gifted 31 more subs exactly to a lot of people, including Very Best Plot, Just Matlow, Pedro Pisha, Oily Boyo. Apologies for mispronouncing any of these, I'm trying to get through them quickly. WTF, why not? Black Fang, iApple, Baby Drones, Draconis, Carrot Stews, Mito Green, Young Chipita, Crystal, Comgrat. What does everybody want? Raptor, Andre, Grim Alkin, PLGB, Periwinkle, X-Ghost VA, X-Headshot, Young Yuri, Super High School Level Meme Queen, hi Blebby, Famiac, Stars in the Sky, Yannick Now, Shogeki, Sheer Owlet, Hello Catboy, Giovanna, and Maya Pinky Bro. Tom Fox, what have you done? That's how it feels right now. Is this that child support I was missing on? Stu actually spent the $2,200 dues to make me play Engage. Stu really wants me to play Engage. My god. But he also wanted to be Kamen Rider Santa, apparently. Hey, I mean, you got it. Absolutely got it. Okay. Oh my god. Don't mind me, I'm crying and sweating. Trying to figure this shit out. Jesus. It's actually much less because of UK currency. Ah, that'd do it. Alright. My god. Okay, well, that seals that. We now know what we're doing after, as soon as we're done with, Pokemans. Which shouldn't be too much longer. The box art for Engage is really pretty. I like the art style okay when it's 2D. Like, I can actually agree with that. Like, I've seen some posters for, like, the nice box art for, like, the special edition or whatever. It looks pretty nice. It does. It's mainly just in 3D, and the designs themselves I don't like. Especially, like, applied to older characters. Like, I think a lot of them look really bad in it. You were considering it, but after seeing you not be Kamen Rider Santa, you were triggered. Oh my god. I mean, hey, whatever works. I'm certainly not gonna complain. I appreciate it immensely. Thank you very much, Stu. Good god. That next sub goal, I don't know. If we want to try to ride the hype train or whatever and have something else at like 150. I know we were or 149. I know we joked about to watch the Resident Evil Netflix. But other than that, I can't really think of anything in particular. I'm also gonna go ahead and, it's probably almost done now, but I'm gonna go ahead and mute that.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Get this nonsense finished up. You're fucking done spending money. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth.
Oh boy, Engage! You're not gonna see that for a minute, but that was truly cringeworthy. Also, that is a hype train now. Outstanding. Anybody else wants to go ham? I suppose it's a good time.
The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
Inoue! What? What is happening? He's not the father! Gabrick's putting out another sub for this 101. Thank you very much. Blurgadian, you enjoy that? Okay, there's cringeworthy. It's done. It's done. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's happening right now. My head hurts. It doesn't hurt, but just goddamn it. Oh my god. Level 7? Jesus Christ. That might be the highest we've ever been. Or at least the highest we've been in a hot minute. Okay. Get off my turf. Stu is very protective of the Santa position. Okay. Gabe, you want to explain?
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
Bruh.
I don't know.
I can't tell. He may have been drunk.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main.
Bruh. He's like, I got way more pussy than you, my daughter, but not really. Is that is that Chris Hackney? Dimitri committed adultery, oh no.
Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert.
Paimon was my reaction, pretty much. Is it? I don't know. Gamrick said Dimitri, so maybe?
But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you.
Somebody just fucking left a baby on the ground in the fucking desert? Jesus Christ, that's evil. What the fuck?
You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever.
Jesus!
But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
This is just the first episode of Dawn Brothers, right?
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me.
Has the kinship returned? Nah. Nah, shockingly, that was one thing I never really had going on. I always knew that my dad was my dad. There was never any hijinks on that front. Sometimes I wished he wasn't my dad, but hey.
I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice.
Bruh.
I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father.
I mean, I don't think they would have thought any less of...
I just drank from this bottle.
Would they really have thought less... Like, I know you, like, you big bad bandits or whatever, but, like, would they really have thought less of you for rescuing a baby from fucking being buried in the desert? Like, good God, dude. Just pretend I knocked up some lady instead. Like, sure, why not?
Anyway, Deyha, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
That's the end of the letter.
I'm not your stepdad.
He was still thinking of me as a little
I'm
child.
the dad who stepped up. Probably just to make sure they were accepting of her as his daughter. Maybe. Yeah, it could be something like that. Also, 30 seconds left on the hype train. Woo woo!
I suppose. Or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Thank you, Dunyarzad.
It's just a pity
Very
that
smart
we had to learn
sentiment.
the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. and that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time.
Hype train over. Woo woo!
Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
We got 6 new emotes. Very poggers.
Sure,
Thank you all very, very
I
much.
appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
Me at the people watching the stream. I don't want to see his efforts go to waste.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you so much. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
Why are they all furries? They are all furries. Happy Furry Pride Month? Is that a thing? That's it! We get a part 2 and it's us beating down the ones that abandoned her. Good God. That'd be funny. I don't think any character other than the Archons are ever gonna get like part 2 story quests, but still. that'd be pretty cool. Find out who the fuck left her in the desert. Cause like, good God, man. If you're gonna abandon your kid, even if you're gonna kill your kid, that's about one of the most fucked up ways you could do it. That's like only a little bit below covering them in honey and putting them on an anthill. My God. Alright, well. It ended up being very close. But, but the NPCs have won this day. I almost certainly fucked up a couple of spots, but,
which is exactly why I took the position.
I'll hate them, shush. But but I don't think the margin of error is big enough to upset anything, so yeah. So yeah. NPCs won. We will not be rolling for Deyha. One YOLO. I don't, we'll see. What do people think? Again, like I said, so I picked a bad quest to do this. Because even though the NPCs technically won out, that was really good. I actually really liked that one. That was not NPC Masterpiece Theater. NPC Masterpiece Theater is shit like the Nilu one, where it is literally focused on the NPCs, and it's just them jabbing at each other, and it's barely, like, only tangentially related to the actual characters who it's supposed to be about. NPCs talked a little more than her, but it was all about her. Everything they were talking about was specifically about her backstory and all the crap going on with her dad and this blood war, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like, if you're gonna have the NPCs play a big role, that is how you do it. They are tools. Regular character, it's bad when you think of actual characters as tools. Looks a common writer build like out of the office. But NPCs, yes. No, that's exactly what they are, and they were utilized well here. So, alright, whatever. I'm not going to do a 10 pull because that was the agreement. I'm not going to back out of it now, but because that was genuinely one of the best ones we've had in a while, we'll do 1. We will do 1. You can spray me all you want, Dusk. You could spray me if I do more than 1. We're not going to do the 10 pull. We're not backing out of that agreement. That was the game. They won fair. It had happened fair and square. But because it was actually genuinely good, we'll do 1. If she wants to, if it's that meant to be, then it's that meant to be. And also think of it this way, if I get completely fucked and somehow lose a coin flip in this one pull, then that just means that I also can't pull for Mika. Because I do not want C1 Shenhei or Ayaka. Fuck it. I shouldn't bother playing anything, but whatever. Keeps things interesting. 1. Gonna wait for the chorus.
How to come to this after all we've been through? Two of a pair, now on opposite sides.
Just wait to get Meek up, yeah. I probably will too.
Watched each other's back and we battled with pride. We are closer than brothers. Now we have to fight each other.
And we trust our fate to the heart of the cards. No matter what. What? Nothing! We get nothing! Yatta. Okay. That is all. No matter what! Alright. Not even. We got nothing, yeah! That's especially sad because I think we're pretty close to 4-star pity. The fact that it wasn't even a 4-star is pretty sad. Let me see this shit real quick. 4. No, that counts as 5 technically. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, hard pity on a 4-star. So that's extra. Fuck you. All right. Okay. So that's the stream. I don't know. We have we have one more to do. We do have another Archon quest that also got added. I don't know if we should do it tonight or just hold off. On one hand, we have something to look forward to now. we gotta finish up Pokemon so we can get to engage. But Secret, this is the one you did. You said it takes about 2 hours. Don't see any reason not to do it. Yeah, I don't either. I'm mostly just also excited to watch more Devil Survivor 2, but doing this stuff is probably more important. 2 hours? Okay, alright. We'll do it. If I only get to watch a little bit of... If I only get to watch, like, 2 more episodes of the Devil Survivor 2 animated night with everyone, then so be it. Alright, but yeah, we're riding high. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break up the recording. All that jazz, run to the bathroom real quick, turn my AC on. Because after that nonsense, I'm crying and sweaty and gross. But yeah, we'll come back and go ahead and get the other one done and over with, too. Sounds like a plan to me. Alrighty. For the purpose of YouTube, thank you all for watching. Special thanks to Fusion, Ninja, Go-Kart tier patrons, Vroom Vroom. If you want to help support Deyha being the new Gene, check out links in the description. Shut up, I'll hate them. Love you guys. Bye-bye.